Hello, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Coaching Ting Talk. I am Life Coach Shaun from Life Coach Philippines, and this is coaching for workforce management. I'm sorry, coaching for workforce management. And this coaching conversation is for the people in the workplace. Or if you are in the workplace, if you have been working in corporate world, if you are there and this is for you, if you are wanting to find more meaning and fulfillment at work, and you are in the right place. And my mission is to be able to help organizations humanize the workspace, so that they can achieve the desired results with efficiency and accuracy. Thank you for joining me live today, and please leave your digital footprints by letting us know where you are currently located or coming from at this very moment. Please do tag your friends and circulate videos to help us reach more individuals who might be in need of what we will be sharing to you, or that I will be sharing with you today. You give them some inspiring message out there, and shout out to people you want to reach or greet, and also want to inspire. Give them some inspiring message out there, especially it's a Monday morning. And at most time, they say it's manic Monday, but I tell you, if we start changing the way that we see things, we start changing the way we see our work, and also the people that we work with, it just makes Monday more enjoyable, because it's something that you appreciate and you enjoy. So if you are watching this on a replay, please do comment #replay. I am streaming via FB page of Life Coach Philippines and YouTube channel Coach AI Connect. If you are new to our platform, please like, follow, and subscribe, so that you can get consistent updates. We have live videos and what have you. You would get that updates up front. All right. So again, good morning and welcome to the Coaching for Workforce Management. We're going to talk about something that's, I've realized for the last 14 years of my career. It's something that is needed at work. And this is a job description that seldom or is not being put in the job description. So today we're going to talk about on the job, the unspoken job description at work. So if you know someone who is at work, you know someone who's mostly in the service industry. Yeah, and if you know someone in there who's client facing, who's facing a lot of people, having conversations with a lot of people, that is something that's daily rigor that they have to do. Have them join in. You do tag them in the comment section there, so that we can help more people understand what is it that is missing in our job description, and what is it that we're missing in with ourselves, so that we can effectively manage the work that we do. All right. Before I begin, let me quickly introduce myself for everyone who's joining me for the first time. If this is the first time you're seeing me, if this is the first time you're joining me, maybe this is the first time you realize, oh, Coach Shaun has worked in the corporate world. Yes, I have worked in the corporate world. But first, I am a father. Yeah, and I'm a father when I was 19 years old. And, I started way early in my fatherhood. I started work as well when I transitioned, when I graduated in college. I worked for a service repair company. Yeah, and service photocopier repair company. I've worked for there for at least 5 months. That was my first job, moving from LA to Manila, LA, Legazpi, Albay to Manila for me to be able to work. And afterwards, I made a decision to, resign, quit there, and find a better job, because I was earning low salary in there. Though I love the work because it's field work, but the salary was not really enough for me to support my family, and move towards finding work in the call center industry for one of the biggest contact center business here in the world. And that is something that has helped me towards propelled me towards being successful in my career. My goal back then was to be promoted every 2 to 3 years, and I was fortunate enough to be able to achieve that 2 to 3 years until it's my 12th year. I was able to get promoted as a director when I was 35 years old. And after during those times as well, I was I went into life coaching. Life coaching for me was an accident because of my spouse, Coach Tin, who was trying to look for a career shift. And I saw the value of life coaching. I saw the value of how it changed me. And I went into the certification. I've utilized that during my directorship in the call center industry, which has helped me really change the way my people see their work, my people see themselves, and I see my work as well, and I see themselves because I'm a numbers guy. For those of you who's joining me, I've been into workforce management. So workforce management is an art and science of putting the right people at the right place at the right time, doing the that changed the way I see conversations. That changed the way I see how we need to have a relationship in the workplace, that we need to connect with them on a mental level, that we need to connect with them on an emotional level, because that is where it's lacking right now. The relationship is lacking in the workplace. Most of the conversation happens transactional. Transactional. I need A, B, and C, and the other person would just go there, complete it, send it back. And if it's a back and forth conversation, there's no really connection in there. It's just making sure that you're able to deliver the numbers, and that's about it. But if we start changing the way that we converse, especially for the leaders out there, maybe you're joining, maybe you're an HR practitioner, maybe you're an executive, maybe you're a leader in the workplace, and you're wanting to understand why is it that the people, my people anyway, does a lot of different things, not getting the result. Maybe they were performing back then and suddenly they're not performing anymore. And this is something that my heart is really for, and I want to be able to help that. And 2 years ago, I made a decision to go full-time life coaching because I see the value in it, and I would be able to help more people in that space, and also helping my family in the process, because I needed to work on my family as well as I progress. So 37 years old, I'm a full-time life coach at 39. I'm here right now. So I'm 39 right now. My focus is in the area of self-leadership. That has been, deliberately what I've been doing, focusing on me right now, focusing on what I need to do. I've been in leadership for the past, I think, most of my life, in the corporate world. That has been my role. And self leadership is our ability to be intentional in the way we feel and the way we think and the way we act. Because when we are intentional about everything that we do, and Coach Nords is the one doing this intentional living, we are more, clear. We are more directed towards the kind of experiences that we want and the kind of the relationship that we want to build. And that is what self leadership is all about. And you cannot build a relationship if you yourself can't lead, you. If you're leading others, but if your relationship is not doing well, then you need to start with yourself first so you can lead others. And that is my heart really is. And I want to be able to help other people move towards that. And I've been doing this coaching profession full time since I left the corporate world back in 2019. Again, after 14 successful careers in the call center industry, which landed me a directorship role. And that has been a wonderful journey for me from my last company. They have blessed me so much with the knowledge, the skills, the relationship, and also being the kind of person that I have now, and also being better as I progress in the life coaching profession. And my mission is to be able to help people in the workplace. Let's help people in the workplace get mentally fit so that the workplace can live a more meaningful and fulfilling life. If we are able to think properly, if we are able to think straight, if we are able to think in ways that are productive and would allow us to make a change for the future generations, that is something that I think every one of us need to do, every one of us need to focus on, and everyone of us need to have the heart to make that change in the workplace. All right. If you are looking for a group, if you are looking for a community, if you are looking for a space in which you can start learning about workforce today, workforce today has changed a lot. Ever since I started 14 years ago. The workforce landscape has changed so much. And today, because of the pandemic, it changed drastically. And if you are wanting to look, or if you're looking for something that would allow you to transition towards creating a new normal, I'm not saying that you adapt to the new normal, because the new normal, yet we're not really sure what will happen. But if you're able to create your new normal, it allows you to be more responsible and accountable of the work that you do. I would like to invite you to join us inside Workforce Today by Life Coach Philippines, and this community we've created for all of the people in the workforce to find an avenue for them to be able to learn, to be able to be better, to be able to grow, and to be able to be the best version that they want for themselves. And they know that they can be better, but because of a lot of hustle bustle in our work, we tend to have that missing time piece in there for us to be able to invest on our learnings, invest on our growth, invest on ourselves. And if that is something that you're looking towards, food, join us in there. Just search in there, Workforce Today, and just drop in, hop in, and join us in this group. You're going to learn a lot of different things in there, and a lot of learnings in there from HR, from workforce management, from safety, a lot of contents in there that would allow you to be mentally fit so that you can enjoy your life full of. Let me fix that. All right. I hope that I'm still here. And I apologize for my audio right now. It's not participating in today. Let me move back again. If you want to join me and want to follow me at all the things that I do as far as workforce management is concerned, feel free to join me here in my page, Life Coach Shaun Joya. And if you want to connect with me, if you catch anything here in my talk, if you have any questions in there, maybe you have something in your heart that you want to ask, you want to seek guidance, and you want to have a deeper understanding, just feel free to add me at my personal timeline or personal page that you see in there is Sean Chong Di Hoya, and that is my personal Facebook. So if I'm looking here, this is my second screen. That's why I'm looking here. All right. So let's begin. For those of you who's joining me right now, how many of you are in the service industry? And how many of you are, you know, having conversation either face to face with people, either through phone, either through chat, video chat, messenger, what have you? How many of you here joining me are in the service industry? Put it in there, just me. Just type in there, me. I am from the service industry. And the service industry focuses really on dealing with people, talking with people, having relational conversation with people. It's not just really transactional conversation. And transactional conversations is just, I need A, you do this. I need B, you do this, right? That is not what the service industry is all about. So take a look at what I'm going to share to you today. I'm going to share you some four images in there, and let me see if you are part of this industry. Now, if you're not part of this, that's okay. I just put in four because if I put everything there, we're gonna consume a lot of different of our times in here. So I want to be mindful of your time so that we focus on your journey. So before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge everyone in the digital space. Thank you very much for joining me, Coach Trisha, Master Coach Jasmine, Coach Nords, Coach Rizal. My better half, Coach Tin, is in here as well. Maraming salamat. Jewel, thank you very much for joining me, Jewel. I appreciate you joining here. Tag your friends in there. Let's see if we can have more people in here so that they can learn this. I tell you, you're going to get a lot of wisdom and nuggets in here that would allow you to be better at the work that you do. All right. So let me share to you this first image. So are you part of this industry? Are you part of this industry where people, in the other side of the line are talking to customers, are, helping them with their problems, are solving their problems, are helping them with their inquiries, maybe, helping them with transactions and what have you? Are you part of this first image? And that is one. Number two, are you part of this industry? Are you part of this kind of work or kind of business where it's client facing? You have conversations, you serve them with a lot of different beverages. You serve them with maybe cakes in there, or maybe some breads in there, or maybe some other foods that you serve. Who are you part of this as well? Or maybe you're part of this business, right? Where you serve food, you serve, people who are, wanting to eat. They're the ones who's maybe having breakfast or lunch or dinner, or maybe some brunch in there. If you want to be, if that is the type of service that you are and servicing and helping, maybe you're there. And lastly, maybe you're supporting this industry. Maybe you are in the medical field, you are supporting the people, especially during this time of pandemic where a lot of people are getting sick, not just physically, but also mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. These are the people that are helping individuals to be better in their health. So the first one, if you see the first one, this is the call center industry. This is the BPO industry, the BPO scene, which I am part of for the last 14 years. And one of the biggest challenges there, as always, is really having conversation with people. And now you can relate with people because there are challenges in there with average handling time, making sure that you don't have a dead air, making sure that you're able to always have engagement with the clients. It's stressing for the agents, and also can be stressing for the leaders out there who are managing the team. And the second one is, of course, if you are someone who loves coffee, maybe you love, going to coffee shop. That is one of the business out there as well. Decaf Coffee Republic is the home of certified life coaches. If you want to experience really the kind of service from the heart, and you want to be able to be inspired, to be transformed, and to be coached, Decaf Coffee Republic is really the home in there. If you just want to be yourself, if you want to stay in there, you just want to relax and enjoy the present moment, and that is something that you can go. That's located at Capitolio Pioneer Center compound along Pioneer Road, Capitolio, Pasig City. Sorry, if you are in Pasig City, maybe you're dropping by this today or this afternoon, drop in there, go in there, visit in there. Coach Rizal is in there. She's there. Just have a conversation with her. Just ask her questions in there that you can do. Or the third one is also in the restaurant industry, and restaurant business. And lastly, of course, the medical field, in which Master Coach Jasmine is part of that. And it's something that we continuously have conversations with people. Now, the challenge or the great thing about the service industry is focused really on having conversation. But there is one thing that is missing in the job description of individuals, and that is something that I want to be able to teach with you so that you have a deeper understanding of what is missing in there and why people, coming in there have high energy, have high hopes, have high goals for themselves on what they want to do in their career. And also, they have this dream of what to do with the income that they have, helping their families, doing this, buying this, and so on and so forth. Why do they suddenly, drop their performance? all of the sudden their performance is not good. At first 3 months or 6 months or 1 year, they're doing very well. They're very excited. They're very energetic. And afterwards, there seems to have been a decline in their performance. What happens? So let me ask you this morning, how is your emotions today? Like if you make an assessment right now, it's early morning. How's your emotions? It's a Monday, you know, it's the start of work, start of the week. Well, Sunday is the start of the week for some. For some, it's a Monday. And how do you see work as far as you are concerned? And every time you start your work, maybe you go to the workplace still. Maybe like this, you go online, you have a conversation with people. How is it, or what is it that you feel when you start doing work? So let me ask you this question. Hold on, let me just fix my materials because it's not moving. All right. I'm going to give you two checklists. And I want for you to reflect on if it's a yes or a no for you. Let's put ourselves in a space of understanding the kind of work that we are doing right now. Maybe you think that you're not in the service industry, but you know that you're consistently having this conversation with people. You're engaging with people. You're having this interaction with people. I'm going to give you two questions. And I want for you to reflect on it if this is something that you're a part of. Or maybe this is something that you're doing. All right? Are you ready? I hope you're ready. I hope you're still there. Let's begin. Number one. Does your job require you to manage your emotions? Yeah, that's the first one. Does your job require you to manage your emotions? If it does, type in there yes. Yeah, type in there yes if it does. Number two. Does your job require you to express your emotions which meets the organizational expectations? What does this mean? In the service industry, especially in the contact center, I'm going to focus on the contact center because that is my experience. In the call center industry, there will be times that you're not going to be okay. You're going to come into work because there's a lot of problems that you have. Maybe before you left at home, you have this conversation with your parents. Maybe you're with your spouse, or maybe you had a not so good conversation with your children. Maybe you're asking them to do something, but you're not doing it. You got pissed off, maybe. And you went into, the workplace, put in the headset, have a conversation. But because the organization is expecting you to service the client from the other side, you cannot be the one who's having this angry, feeling, angry emotions, irritated emotions, what have you. You cannot have that. You need to come in there, put that face, and make sure that you're putting the service in there, which allows you to bring the client from point A to point B because, they call you for a reason. And I remember a moment, I can remember a time in which it was 14 years ago. I started as a technical support representative supporting email support. So I didn't have any experience in calls. The training that I have was in email support. And there was a moment in time in which there was a high call volume, a high search and volume that everyone needs to be taking calls, like all hands on deck. That was the what I remembered. And we were trained for I think 30 minutes on how to navigate the toolkit and how to take calls and how to have spiel. Even the spiels are not being required for us to fully follow. And it was so traumatic for me because I didn't really have that experience on having this conversation, especially with people in America, the US geo. So I went in there, still have that confidence in me. I was very confident, even I was, it was a traumatic experience afterwards. First call I had was like, okay, have a conversation, helping this, navigating through this. It's a navigation concern about the toolkit. Done. And I was like, okay, I'm pumped. I think I can do this. I can do this. Second call, second call, had a conversation. Okay, everything was doing well. Then suddenly, I started to panic because the client was, having her emotions outburst. Yeah, emotions in there. So I started to panic. I was like, I don't know what to do, and everything was just hazy back then. And I remember calling my supervisors, take this call. I can't do it. I cannot handle the emotions. I cannot handle the kind of conversation because I wasn't prepared for it. Like emotionally, I wasn't prepared for it. I know how to navigate the tools. I have the skills. I have the knowledge. But having conversation with the person on an emotional level is something that I wasn't prepared for. So when was the last time, or when was the first time that you had that experience? That you talked to a customer, and maybe you were so super, super excited. You were full of energy, then suddenly, bang! Things didn't work out well. Client was so demanding. Client was asking this. Client was asking that. The client was, shouting at you, giving you some harsh words. They're not angry at you, by the way. They're just angry at whatever's happening in there. That was the message that the bosses at the contact center was saying. And I've learned that in the service industry, one of the job descriptions that is not being talked about, as far as my experience is concerned anyway, maybe you know that, maybe that's being shared in your job description and your conversations. If that's being shared in there, type it in there, what kind of industry you are, what kind of business that you have that's having this conversation. Because if you have at least one of this who's checked, this is what, if you say yes to both of this is what is called emotional labor. The job description for anything that is required for you to manage your emotional state, especially in the conversation, is called emotional labor. So what is an emotional labor? Hold on. Let me just fix this. One moment. I'm sorry about that. All right. My system just hung. Give me a moment. Let me just fix this. For some reason, it's not allowing me to do that. One moment. So that is the job description that's not being talked about in the workplace. It's not being shared. It's not being discussed. Hold on. Okay. Here we go. Hopefully that works. There you go. Hold on. There. So we call that emotional labor. And in the workforce, if you are in the workplace or in the business that's service oriented, like contact center representatives, like restaurant workers, hotel workers, tour operators, even coaches. So coaches, life coaches, you are in the service oriented industry or service oriented roles. If you are a counselor, it is something that you're also doing. And often we are faced with demands of emotional labor. So imagining having a conversation with people that at times they are irate, they are angry, they are frustrated, they're not getting the results that they want, they're not getting the kind of experience that they're having. And that is where the demand for emotional labor comes in. So what is emotional labor? Yeah. Emotional labor was coined by Dr. Arlie Hochschild. This was created in 1983, and the term to describe the things that service workers do beyond the physical and mental duty. So when you are engaging on an emotional labor, you need to be able to control your feelings. You need to be able to control your emotions because you need to fulfill the goals and the expectations of the organization. That is something that we need to consistently do as we progress. And you know, It's a process of really managing your emotions, managing your feelings, managing your thoughts, managing your ideas, managing all of that. Because workers really are expected to manage those, especially if you are having a conversation with people that are difficult to have a conversation with. And it means that you're able to express your thoughts or your feelings in a positive way. That is what emotional labor is. It also allows you to hide or manage your negative feelings. So as I've said a while ago, if you started your day and your day wasn't well, maybe your spouse, your children, your parents, had a conversation with you, it wasn't a great experience, then that is what you need to manage. And when you deal with negative emotions, people tend to do one of the following. So if you are someone who's doing emotional labor, what you do is, one, show emotions you don't really feel. Either you hide your emotions that you really do feel. And the three is you create an appropriate emotion for the situation. So that is what people doing emotional labor is doing. So think about the work that you do right now. How do you manage these emotions? Maybe you experience a moment in which there was an incident, and instead of you know, trying to manage your emotions, you broke down. You went into the restroom, maybe you poured out all of your guilt, resentment in there. Maybe you've cried. No, it's one of the things. I've done that. There was one emotional situation in the workplace that I needed to go to the restroom to express my emotions. It was a so traumatic experience that I don't want to experience that ever again. And there are two types of emotional labor strategies. And share it to you. I'll share it to you. Maybe you're using one of this already when you're doing emotional labor strategies. So the first one is, thank you, Coach Marife, for being here and tagging people out there as well. Maraming salamat. Number one is surface acting. Yeah. This is when you modify your expression. This is when people are showing or trying to show a different emotions than the ones that they truly are expressing. And the second one is deep acting, which is you modify your feelings and where your workers regulate their feelings, not just their emotional display, by trying to change their thought patterns. So which one do you practice right now? Do you practice, surface acting or deep acting? Because in surface acting, there is a change only in the surface on what people see, what people do. That is what you're managing. But in the deep acting, what you're changing is your thinking and also your emotions. That sets out the difference between the two. So, what happens when you don't manage your emotions? What happens to you? What happens when the organization, especially those business people, those business owners watching in there? What happens when people in the workplace are not able to manage your emotions? On an individual well being, there's two things. Either you will experience burnout or you will experience job dissatisfaction. So think for a moment right now when you had an experience of, not being able to manage your emotion on a personal level. And for those organizations' well-being, if we are not able to manage or help the employees, the workforce in there to manage their emotions, there will be a drop in performance. And eventually your workforce will withdraw their behavior. Where they were productive before, maybe they were productive before, maybe they were doing well before, but all of the sudden their performance dropped. It because they're not able to manage their emotions. Now you're gonna ask, Coach, how can, as an individual watching right now, improve the well-being? I'll give you these tips. What you can start doing or you can continue doing is first regulate yourself. Regulate your emotions, regulate your thoughts. first starts with your thoughts. The way that you think about the situation, the way that you think about the problem, the way that you think about people is what you need to do. And when you do that, you continue to foster connections. Do not isolate. Never, 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 never isolate. Don't go on your own. Have conversation with people. Find a professional. A life coach would allow you to have a conversation that you would allow your thoughts to be put out there so that you can think properly. And third, what you can do is to practice an attitude of gratitude. Be thankful. Find three ways that are working right now. Find three ways that are serving you. Find three ways that you enjoy doing. And be thankful for that. Because the moment that you started to shift the way that you see the events, the problems, the incidents, the situation, it tends to shift the way that you focus your attention on. So that is one for individuals. Now, for organizations out there, maybe you are an HR professional, maybe you're someone who's leading a team in there. What are the things that you can do to implement so that you can help your staff deal with the demands of emotional labor? Well, first one, and for me, the most important one, is to improve emotional intelligence. Teach the workplace the ability to recognize their own emotions and in others as well. Because when you're able to do this, you're able to effectively reduce the burden of emotional labor. Number two is offer staff assistance program. Organizations can invest on care and development of the workforce, by providing them access to stress management, mental health and emotional health services. And if you're an organization who's looking for that, feel free to message us here at Life Coach Philippines. Those are the things that we offer. If you want mental fitness in the workplace, if you want to help people in there, just message Life Coach Philippines and we'll be happy to support you. And third is teach people in the workplace problem solving techniques. And this is not just giving them ABC. What we need to start teaching in the workplace is helping them ask thought-provoking questions that allows them to think and to broaden their perspective, that allows them to solve their own problems. Because when they're able to solve their own problems, they're able to build confidence, they're able to reduce their negative reactions towards unpredictable situation. The key here is to have an organization or a business that really, really focuses on the mental health or the mental fitness of the individuals. Because in emotional labor, it starts with the way you think. And if people are able to manage their thinking, they're able to process their thoughts, they're able to express and verbalize, how they feel and what they're thinking about. Because these are the common challenges that we have in the workplace, Mostly, in my experience in the contact center industries, a lot of my people don't want to talk, don't want to express. They just want to be in front of their computers. But when you ask them thought-provoking questions and they feel that you really care for them and you're there to listen to them, it just makes the experience a lot fulfilling. And you would see that there's a change in the smile of the faces of the individuals, which is for me, when I got certified 3 years ago, I was a director back then. When I changed that, I utilized life coaching in the process. It just allowed the individual to thrive rather than just surviving at work. So maybe you're an organization out there and you're looking for what programs. Coach, okay, I think I need this. I need this. We need this at work. And if you're looking for a program that would allow you to improve the emotional intelligence, to have a staff assistance program, and to teach people problem solving skills, I would like to invite you to take a look at this. This is a program that we offer in Life Coach Philippines. It's a mental health talk. And it will allow you to take a look at things and help your people in there so that we can support them. The first one is the art of mentally healthy conversation at the workplace. Conversations matter. Conversations when it is coming from a space of relational connection, not just transactional connections. It will raise the employee's awareness on mental health. It would allow also develop mentally healthy and meaningful conversation. And that is what we all want in the workplace, right? We just don't want someone requesting us to do things and that's it. And it also helps individuals identify with mental health through real life examples. And this would allow people to take a look at what mentally healthy workplace is all about and conversation is. And second is the 5-step process to improve mental health at the workplace. So imagine that. It would be able to start improving mental health in the workplace, which provides you a deeper understanding of mental wellness. It also helps you in the individuals understand stress and anxiety triggers because that is important because when you can avoid those triggers at all costs, it makes it the experience far more better. And 5 strategies to improve mental health at place of work. Imagine when your people are able to learn all of these things. That at the end of the day, they would be able to be productive consistently, effective, and have accuracy in the output that they have. And lastly, introducing to the MIND, the mind coaching model, which will allow individuals to recognize early warning signs of mental ill health, empower individuals to access support when and as needed. Life Coach Philippines, you can message Life Coach Philippines if you need help on a mental fitness. Feel free to message it. We can schedule a discovery session or strategy session with you. You don't have to pay for that first session. Let's just help you. If you need further support, then that's something that we can continuously have a conversation. And of course, use the mind coaching model to nurture a mentally fit work environment. So imagine running all of these classes at work. And you have Life Coach Philippines who have, senior coaches, professional life coaches who can support your people in being mentally fit so that they can continue to enjoy the life and their work as well that brings them meaning and fulfillment. If this is something that you want to avail, if this is something that you want to move forward with, there's a special rate for this. It's just 10,000 pesos net. The standard rate for this program is 25K. This is for a 2 hours training and the fees must be settled. Of course, before the training, if you have any questions, feel free to message me. That is my number, 0917-569-4200. Or you can message Coach Rizal in there. Yeah, Rizal Sanchez. Just find her in the comment section in there. The number is in there, 0917-586-1661. That is the number that you can contact her to engage with her if you have any questions with this program. I've learned when I was still working in the call center industry, I think I experienced 3 burnouts in my career. And one of the realizations that I have that didn't prepare me for the job is, you know, what I'm talking to you about, the emotional labor. Few people are able to manage their emotions at work and be able to be resilient, be able to be respond in a positive way. Be able to acknowledge that, hey, I'm not doing well, I need help. But a lot of people in the workplace, you know, solve or keep these feelings, their emotions and their feelings on their own. And it's sad because there's already a telltale sign that the individual is having problems. The individuals is not, working at their peak because you would see their performance decline slowly and slowly and slowly. And instead of asking or telling that, hey, maybe this person is doing this, maybe this person is slacking. Maybe this person is just tamad, di ba? Have you heard that conversation? Let's start really having a sit down and having a conversation with that person and asking, how are they? How are they doing? How are they doing at home? How is their relationship at home? How's their relationship with their parents? How is their relationship with their spouse? Because when we do that, that is the time that we start hearing those words that's not being said. I've learned that one of the greatest treasures that I had was family. During times that I was breaking down, I was times that I was in that, burnout mode, my family have kept me together. I have kids. So I needed to put it in my head that if I don't stand up, I don't get up, my kids will, suffer. So that one helped a lot. But imagine if the individual doesn't have a good relationship with their family, that they're left all alone. Maybe they have a good relationship with their family. They're not openly able to express their thoughts because every time they express themselves, they're being rejected. They're being judged. They're being ridiculed. So we need to make that effort in the workplace to change the way we manage and we help the workforce. It's a tough time right now. A lot of people are quitting their jobs because of the stresses and the emotions connected with the work that they do. More people work because of the work from home setting than what it was before. And if we want to be able to save the business, if we want to be save these people from breaking down, we need to put in the effort in there, the attention and the investment to help these individuals live a better life and also continuously make an impact, not just at work, but also with their family. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. I hope you're able to get some wisdom and nuggets in here. Again, if you have any questions or if you need support in your organizations, feel free to message us. Coach Rosel have shared her number in there. You can see her. Contact us. We'd be happy to have a sit down with you, make an assessment where you're at right now, have a strategy session so we can understand how we can support you in the mental health space. And if you want to be, your workforce to be mentally fit, life coaching will allow you to have that space, to create that space. We have a lot of life coaches in here who has the heart and a passion for service. We have been doing this. This is also our profession. It's a service industry, and it's something that we would want for you to take advantage of. As I end this conversation, let me invite you to be part of what we are doing as an organization of professional certified life coaches. The Be Learning e-card. Sorry, let me just fix that. What is happening with my spiel? Hold on. Let me just fix that. Yeah. And I would like to invite you to the Be Learning e-card. And the Be Learning e-card is a tent maker for those who are wanting to look for a place in which, you're able to find that space that you can be yourself. A master coach here has created this to be able to have that facility or that place for people to, be in that space in which a lot of people can talk to you. Or maybe you don't want to talk to people and you just want to be alone. This is the place that she's building. It's a Be Learning journey for living smarter with monthly perks. And the last May, what happened is Master Coach A launched the Be Learning Society. It's a tent maker of Be Learning, home for mental fitness. And Decap Copy Republic, which is I've shared a while ago, the home of certified life coaches, is hosting the Be Learning e-card that unlocks opportunities to smarter living with monthly perks. And if you avail of this, you'll get a 5% discount for beverage at the Cup Coffee Republic and Food. And you also have a mental model masterclass by Master Coach Hay. This is happening every third Saturday of the month. And third is a 90-minute coaching session with senior coaches from Life Coach Philippines. So for this month, the Mental Model Masterclass is scheduled on July 17th at 7 p.m. Master Coach A will teach the 80-20 Mental Model Mastery. Learn the mental model behind the 80-20 rule and discover how you can apply it in almost every area of your life and accelerate your success. So I really, really, really want you to join this. Take advantage of this. Remember, imagine if you know how your mind thinks, how your mind make decisions. That is the 80-20 rule. And you would know what life domains you need to work on, what you would need to do as an inversion to take a look at it and see how it will all work together and make the necessary implementations on the 80-20 principles. So join that if that is something that you want to join. Feel free to message Coach Rizal. Now, if you want to be part of what we are doing and if you want to embark on a journey of becoming a certified life coach, Master Coach A now offers actively co-create life coach certification program. This is the most comprehensive approach to learning and mastering life coaching as an active process of creating a new path to achieving results in life so that success is inevitable in every coaching relationship. It includes a 21-day web-based learning, a 3-day live coaching bootcamp with Master Coach A, and a 3-day live business bootcamp with senior coaching team. And the program also includes many, many other bonuses. Connect with Coach Rizal through 0917-586-1661 to discover opportunities waiting for you in this profession. Again, maraming salamat for joining me this morning. Do join us for another episode of Coaching Conversation later with Coach Maan for coaching for healthy mind space at 2 p.m. and Coach Tin, my better half, for coaching for relationship at 4 p.m. Yan, tune in 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. at the same page. Once again, thank you very much for joining me. This is Life Coach Shaun Joya, mentally fit to serve from Life Coach Philippines. For Coaching Think Talk, coaches like us think and talk like this. This is us from the Philippines. La bam boom, da bam boom, da bam boom. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.